Well, thanks. I first want to thank Protect Our Waters for this opportunity. They're one of a dozen organizations in town doing critical work with water, and I'm happy to be here today. We're at the Carnes Meadows Sediment Ponds, which there's more scenic and dramatic water locations in our valley, of course, but this one's really near and dear to my heart. I live right up on Flat Creek Drive. So after over 2 decades of teaching government, now I'm diving into government. I hope to accomplish a common sense, practical, centrist approach. Unity in the community is one of my themes. If we can't get along, nothing gets done. And I don't think we can afford to do nothing at this point. And so I'm using those platforms to work on housing, transportation, the environment and wildlife, and then a special pet project of my top 3 is investment in our youth. I call them the duh issues. Like, we all know these issues: housing, transportation, protection of our environment and wildlife, and the youth. Those are the 3 things I began running on. In the last several months, I think our whole entire community has come around to understanding that water might need to be placed on the top. If we don't have clean drinking water, I'm not really sure what else counts more than that. The thing you find about water, though, is that it's easy to just say we have water issues, but the solutions go back to some of the key challenges I think we face of there's infrastructure issues. It's recognizing and using science. It's public-private collaborations. And so yes, water is the issue, but underneath that issue, and I always say that any human issue is infinitely complex. They're multifaceted. It's not just so simple. And usually, if we can get people together working in unity, then we can make progress on all of these problems. So what I plan to do is I plan to learn. There's a lot to learn. I was learning about, all kinds of scientific terminology, E. coli, where E. coli comes from, ammonium, hydrocarbons, the UV treatment facility that they just implemented south of town with great success. We have a brand new, radically improved wetland system that is going to be expanded below the wastewater treatment facility, and so there's a lot to learn. And so you gotta do your homework first, and then you gotta bring all those answers and those groups together to move forward on progress. We can also incentivize folks that are on septic systems to transfer into town or county water and sewer. And so yes, government plays a role, but it's not government's sole job to fix these problems. It's government's job to study them, provide infrastructure, provide comprehensive planning, and more than anything, to reach out and partner with all these organizations that are actually going to help all of these things happen. For me, to see my 13-year-old daughter row my drift boat down the Snake River is one of the greatest joys of my life. And so I think we need to look at water as more than just something we drink and recreate on, but something that brings people together. But I think in this new future, we need to start prioritizing nature at a much higher level. And every time we make a decision, we need to think about the land and wildlife. Thank you.